Hey Bayek, it's me Ian. And in today's video, I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who. Doctor Who in the 60s. Now, this is an important episode. This is, well, we've got a change of Doctor. Yes. Okay, so this is The Power of the Daleks from 1966. Previously, the story was The 10th Planet. And the story after this one will be The Highlanders. Now, The Highlanders, like this one, there's no stories in the archive. This one has been animated. The Highlanders hasn't. And when it will, I don't know. So we'll be skipping that and going on to the next one that has had a release in some form or other. But we'll get to that when it comes up on that particular week. This is season 4, and it consists, well, it did consist of 6 episodes. Absolutely none available in the archive. I think there are a few clips, but there's not much at all of this. There are stills, of course. They've got of the episode. So there we are. We're looking at a totally animated story, but that's fine. Now I've had some sort of trepidation sometimes watching these episodes. I watched the Celestial Toy Maker, sorry, and I really didn't like much about it all, and it wasn't helped that the story wasn't very good. Now, this one, it's massively much better. Definitely for me. The story is really good, and I got used to the animation. I have no real problems with it all, and I really loved it. So there you are. I've already got an opinion already before I've even gone through it of what I think about this episode. This was transmitted on the 5th of November to the 10th of December 1966. And it's got 2 writers credited. It's got David Whittaker again and, of course, Dennis Spooner. Now, the other interesting thing to point out here is that this is the first Dalek story that was not written by Terry Nation. And Terry Nation was busy doing his series, The Baron. That's the reason why. But yeah, he gave permission and they carried on and did this story. Now, the script editor is Jerry Davis and it's produced by Innes Lloyd. Now, let's go through the cast. So we start with the Doctor, of course, and it is Patrick Troughton. What a wonderful acquisition to get as the Doctor, playing the Doctor. He was such a well-respected actor. Of course, he did a lot of TV things, but he also was featured in feature films as well. This was believe you me, this is quite a big deal to get somebody like Patrick Troughton. And it shows, again, that over the years, this was a role that a lot of actors really wanted to do. And he was very up for it. Anyhow, we have got Annika Wills, who plays Polly. And we've got Michael Craze, who plays Ben. And then we have got Bernard Archard, who plays Bragan. Now, he was in a classic Doctor Who story, Pyramids of Mars, 1975. Tom Baker one. It's always high up on people's favourite Doctor Who stories. Wonderful. Now, he was in Village of the Damned, 1960. Silent Playground, 1963. The Spy with a Cold Nose, 1966. Play Dirty, 1969. Fragment of Fear, which is a great film, 1970. The Horror of Frankenstein, 1970. Hammer. And He was in the Dad's Army feature film of 1971, when a lot of TV series they started doing TV films, shown at the cinema. Absolutely wonderful. He was also in The Seawolves, 1980, which is a great film, and Cruel, 1983, and God's Outlaw, 1986, and a variety of TV series and TV films. Then we've got Robert James, who plays Lesterson. He was in A Night to Remember, 1958, which is a wonderful film of the Titanic. I absolutely love that. I've got that in my collection. What a film. Absolutely wonderful. It was in Two-Way Stretch, 1960. And in the cult classic, Hammer classic, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, 1974. And then a lot of TV series and TV films. Then we have got Stephen Scott, who plays Kemmel. He was in The Stranglers of Bombay, 1959. Underrated Hammer film. Brilliant. The Flesh and the Fiends, 1960. The Terror of the Tongues, 1961, Christopher Lee. He was in Carry On Up the Khyber, which is absolutely one of the best Carry On films, 1968. And again, a variety of TV series and TV films. Then we've got Pamela Ann Davy, who plays Janley. She was in Change Partners, 1968, and Amsterdam Affair, 1968. Those were the only two feature films that she was in. But then there is just a lot, again, a real variety of TV series and TV films. So that is the cast. The music, I should mention, is by Tristan Carey. Let me go into what this is about. Now, the TARDIS lands on this Earth colony, and it's called Vulcan, and there's no sign of Mr. Spock or anything going on there. It's a different universe we're in, of course, but yep, it's called Vulcan. And the Doctor takes on the role of the Earth Examiner because they discover his body. He's been murdered, the Earth Examiner. And what is here is going on, and easier to find out a bit more about it, is that there's a rebellion going on against the current government. And why is this going on? And then in the background, we find that the scientists are developing these robots, which are servants. And of course, the Doctor looks absolutely shocked. They're Daleks. But the Daleks are all saying, oh, we're servants. But who's going to believe the Daleks? Who trusts the Daleks? Well, some of these colonists, scientists, do believe it and are developing in them. The Doctor wants all that stopped. He knows something's going on. And of course, we know those sneaky Daleks. They are going around saying that they're their servants, but they're not. They're up to something. And yes, they are up to developing more Daleks. And these will have the ability to kill, because at the moment they haven't got that plunger thing that sticks out. They have got they've got one plunger, but they haven't got this, that sends out all the ray that kills all the people in their way. And so they're going around going, yeah, we are your servants, and that, and yeah, of course, big deal. We don't believe that. So this is a wonderful atmosphere of distrust that the Doctor doesn't trust the Daleks. Yet all these scientists are saying, "Oh yeah, it's all going to be all right." And it's wonderful the way this story develops. It is a shame that we haven't got any, you know, surviving episodes of this, because it is. You could see what a great story it is. I think this is a really good Dalek story. It's up there with of the best. It really is, and it's good to see well, the way just the way that it's been written. It's really well written. I've got to say that. The other aspect I'd like to talk about is, which I think is really good as well. It is the first regeneration story that we've seen, and Ben and Polly don't really trust the new Doctor. He's got to kind of establish it. I think he does by about into second episode or so. They do trust him by then. They know it's the Doctor. But Ben, particularly, he's very vocal at the beginning. Doesn't trust him at all. But that is Ben. He's a very straightforward character, which is actually quite refreshing in Doctor Who. They've kind of made him. He's not, he's more the common man, really. And which is really good. He's he's a seaman, isn't he? A sailor. And it adds a really good aspect to the companions, I think, for Doctor, which we don't often have. And I like that. He's very straightforward. But again, in the end, he does end up realising that this Doctor, who does rather appear bumbling in places, characteristic, he's actually very smart and knows what he's doing. And that becomes very clear in the story. And Patrick Troughton, he just settles into the role so quickly. You don't feel... maybe it's because we know him over time and what a great Doctor he did become. But I think viewers at the time, there would have been some wariness about it, because William Hartnell, let's make no mistake about it, was a very loved Doctor. He was the first one, of course. He's the original one. Viewers absolutely loved him, but they soon, I think, accepted Patrick Troughton as the Doctor. And he's such a great actor that he made the role his own and his take on the Doctor, which in many ways, it again shapes how we see the Doctor. And the Patrick Troughton Doctor is another good example of that, and seeing more later developments of the Doctor, having some of his characteristics. And I like, this is really good that we get all that sort of, you can see that here. And that's why the 60s Doctor Who is important, because how it shaped, how big Doctor Who was to become in the 70s. It all comes from here. It all comes from the 60s Doctor Who. And I really enjoyed this story. I think it's a really good story. It's just such a shame about it. But I think the power of the story is that, I think I keep saying it, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm not being as keen on these animated ones, but the story shines, and it brings you, totally engages you into it. And I got into it and thought it was a blast. I really did. We've got 6 episodes. So it's quite a long story. 6 episodes of the animation, but they sailed by, which is a good sign, isn't it? That's a good sign for me. So, yeah, definitely a big thumbs up. If you haven't seen this, don't be put off. I would watch it. Yeah, great. And so it gives me more enthusiasm, because I do have quite a soft spot for Patrick Troughton. I mean, he's a great actor, and seeing his Doctor. So we're going to just carry on and go what has been released and what is available, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And of course we will get complete stories as well, so we'll have that, but we'll also have the mixture of stories. That's all I can do that have been done, because there are, of course, Patrick Troughton's episodes that have survived, but no animation or no release has taken place. Or there was a missing episode release, which had odd episodes from both Doctors, the first and second Doctors. That was quite a while ago that was released, because they've made, since that, they've found some more episodes. So we're going to just carry on what has been released and work it from that. That's it. I'm sure I have gone on too long as usual, but there we are. If you've liked this video, please give this video a like. It's good for my channel because it gets it out to YouTube, and then other people might enjoy it. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always reply to them. And also, you can have a look in the playlists and see all the previous reviews I've done of Doctor Who, but then I do other reviews, as you'll see. And just have a look and you might find something. Also, why not consider subscribing? If you subscribe, then we'll let you know when I put out the videos, so you won't miss any. Well, hopefully not. Yeah. So that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.